I happen to have one of my teachers in the audience, Teresa Ferguson, that I am indebted to. I wouldn't be where I am today without her. She's an excellent artist. I began in 1997 in Miami, Florida, and it was beautiful to see a lot of my friends from Miami, Dorothy Green, many, many. So to begin with, I talk a lot, so I'm going to give you as much information as I can. Can you hear me? Good. Okay. First thing, has anyone in the audience used wax paper? Raise your hands. Okay. Has anyone in the audience used contact paper? Do you prefer it using those items over Frisket? Raise your hand if you do. Can somebody tell me why you like contact paper rather than Frisket?
It covers more area quicker, and it's quick to remove.
Okay. And it's not as messy. Anybody else? Diane, how about you? Same things? Other people feel that way too? Okay. So, first of all, I'd like for you to know that the contact paper you can buy anywhere now. They use it in the Cricut machines, whatever that is. I don't have a Cricut machine. But, I'm sorry? That's okay. But contact paper comes with already painted. Look, it already comes like this. You can get rolls that look like this. Isn't that exciting? And flowers and whatever. So guess what? You can put this down already when you begin, and guess what? You can get your magic brush, whatever size you want. Excuse me, I have to find a brush, okay? But I'm sure that all of you have that same problem, okay? You say that's your last brush, you're never doing it again. Liar, liar, pants on fire, okay? So, since the contact paper comes already with the print on it, look what you get to do. You get to take your favorite color, and look, you get to paint over it. You get to paint around it. You get to paint over it, around it. I'm using complementary colors. I see you can notice that, okay? So, you do this. You go all the way around it. Just like that. Looks like I'm getting my lace here in the paint, so I might have to take this off. Okay, so I have this down. I'm now going to use my magic dryer. Didn't have to put the Frisket down. Didn't have to wait for it to dry. Did not leave it in the car and kill it, okay? And you didn't have to smell it. It's already here. Everything's done, right? Now, I'm not saying that you have to do it this way every day, but now I'm going to take my magic dryer. Hello, magic. Nanu. Beam me up, Scotty.
Now it's working.
Thank you. Now can you hear me? Okay. So now we've already accomplished what the Frisket would do. So now I'm lifting up our outline of our little, whatever kind of tree this is or was. And voila, can everybody see? Is that upside down or right side up? Can everybody see? We already have a design, and now we can just paint the leaf. Is that quicker? Is that better? Would you try it at home? Okay, good. Same thing with these little items up here. They're smaller, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to do them as well, just to show you that it comes in. If you can find a towel in that bag, Beth, I'll take it if you can find a towel. Okay. In the brown bag. Thank you. Thank you. Cheap Joe's from last year. Okay. So I'm going to do it a couple more times just so that you can see that it comes, you can do it in any size. Now, how many of you in the room have taken drawing lessons? How many? Oh, only 2 on this side. And how many on this side? A lot on, okay, you need to go on that side. Okay? Now, how many? I'm sorry? We didn't need a class. Oh, you didn't need. Okay, next question. How many people in the room feel drawing is very important? Knowing how to draw is very important. Interesting. Everybody thinks it's important, but not everybody took a class, okay? How long do you think it would have taken me to draw this and this, this and this? These 4 items, how long do you think it would have taken me to draw them? I'm sorry? Few hours or 1 hour? 1 hour. Good luck, not me. Okay, because I did take a couple drawing classes, but I guess the best advice I would give new artists or people that wanted to be an artist is to take a drawing class. Okay? However, I'm not even sure, and maybe Teresa can attest to this, that they even teach you drawing lessons anymore in school. Do you think they do, Teresa? Based on what? Okay, they do. However, they don't teach watercolor all the time, do they? No. Okay? So I think the basic is to learn to draw. Okay? However, my thought okay, how many in the room are self-taught artists? Wow. How many are formally trained and have a degree? Wow, that's interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So having said that, me as a self-taught artist, although I have been taking lessons since 1997 in watercolor, I would prefer to get the drawing down on the paper and do many paintings, okay? Not knowing how to draw, just get it down there. How many landscapes? How many do portraits? Wow, okay. Now, the only reason I'm asking this is because I'm wasting time, number 1. Number 2, I'm buying for time. And I'm waiting for Beth to do a couple things, but I have other stuff in order here anyway. So, I'm going to do this butterfly, and then I'm going to do this little flower with yellow. Don't like that, it's dirty. How many people in the room start with the focal point when they do a painting? You need to sit in the front row. She has answered every question I said right. So how many in the room start with the focal point of the painting? 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. I teach my students to start with the focal point because in the layout or the design that they give, whether it's a triangle or whatever we use as our design factor, if you do the focal point first, then everything can lead to the focal point. If you do the focal point, it doesn't work out very well, you can throw it away. But if you do everything else and then the focal point, you've wasted a lot of time. Anybody agree with that? Okay. All right. One more flower here. And then I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to pull these off. So, has anyone in the room used these kind of contact paper, using flowers or prints? So no one's ever used this in the room. Wow, that's interesting. So you can go to Home Depot, you can go to Michael's, you can go to Hobby Lobby, and you can find this kind of contact paper that already has the design on it. Okay, so I'm glad I gave you a little bit of information. Okay, Beth, why don't you dry this for me? Huh? Okay, I'm gonna pass this over to Vanna so that she can finish drying it because she can't get the contact paper off the other thing. No. Over here. Help. Okay, I have taken this picture right here. Can you see it? Is it upside down or right side up? Can you see it the right way? Is it better this way? Okay. So here's the photograph. It's just a white orchid, maybe with a little bit of lavender on it. I have taken it and I've drawn this freehand on this piece of paper. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut it out. With these, you need this? No. No, okay. Well, let's see if it bothers them. Now this is just going to take the time in lieu of the frisket. I've drawn it. I'm cutting it out. I'm going to take it off of here, put it on my paper, and then I'm going to paint it. I'm sorry, you have to speak up. Yes and no. Yes, you can use it for shelf paper like you line your drawers. Yes, I mean your dressers and drawers and everything. Yes, I have some of that here as well. So I'm going to finish cutting this out as best I can. And I will tell you, I got this special little tool. I'll show it to you. What did I do with it, Beth? I guess it was right here. Yeah. Okay. Has anybody ever used one of these? You have? Does it work well? Well, I got it, and it's like for cutting this stuff out, too, instead of scissors. I'll pass it around. Can you pass that out to the crowd for me, please? I want people to see it. I haven't used it, but I asked, and I want to see how well it works for you, okay? So just bear with me while I cut this out. The only reason why I didn't want to do this ahead of time is there again, I wanted to see how our frisket would still be drying, or we'd still be applying it. I'm using awfully big scissors. I have many sizes. So I'm cutting this out. Then I'm going to take it off of here. I'm sorry? I'm very sorry. I've had an ear infection.
Let's assume that someone in the audience has never used contact.
Oh, we did. Well, we did. I'm going to show you how to take it apart. Go ahead. Yes, this will pull off the back. Well, I have heard in my travels coming in and talking to a few people that some people say that it sticks to their paper. However, I didn't know what kind of paper they were using. okay? I would assume, and I'm not sure, how many people in the room use 300-pound paper? Okay, how many people in the room use 140? Anybody use 90? Okay, I would assume that the 300-pound paper is a little softer, and that if it did come off and it did affect your paper, however, I would recommend then, whether you know it or not, that you can take a silver spoon or a stainless steel spoon, and you can turn it over and use the back of your spoon and go over the roughness that it pulled it up, and it'll put it back into the paper. I don't know how that would affect your final paper. Has anybody ever had to do that? Teresa, have you ever had to do that? You use a plastic spoon. Okay, so that's what I would recommend, okay? That's why I tell you to start with the focal point and not wait till you get completely done and then have to take your frisket off and say, oh my gosh, this happened, or the contact paper did the damage to the paper. I've not experienced that. And like I said, I went back to Michael's the other day, and they had all sorts of cricket this and cricket that, and here a cricket, there a cricket, everywhere a cricket. Well, I don't even know what a cricket is. But they had lots and lots of vinyl paper like this for that cricket machine. So I think it's something coming down the line that people are going to use and are using, okay? So I'm still cutting out my design while I'm talking. I don't have very much further to go. I guess I could have had Vanna do this for me too, but Vanna's not. She what? Vanna's going to rebel already, and she just started. Poor little thing. Okay, so I'm going to come on up here, and this is just plain old white contact paper with the the graph on the back. Going to cut it around here. I'm going to stick it down, and then put it on my paper, and then I'm going to put a total background on it. Another thing that happens when you put the dark background on this, your object comes forward, and you can really see it makes it pop forward, which is very, very helpful and surprising. How many people in the room are in the show? How many people in the room are in the show this year? Got accepted into the show? Wonderful. That's congratulations. I think that's wonderful. Okay, so now I'm going to go on the back, and I'm going to use my magic tool that I told you about. I'll see if I can use the scissors. Yeah, I want my little cutout thing here. Okay. How many people in the room have demoed before? Wonderful. How many people would do it again? That's really funny. Okay, well, so now let me see if I can get this off of here as I'm timing myself. Okay. We need Diane Harmon, is what Beth said. She's won what? Oh, I see. I'll see if this is big enough for this. I might be able to make it big enough for this. Okay. So meanwhile, our frisket, Vanna's still working over here. See how easy it is once you get it started, and it sticks to every part of your body. And okay, so now I have it. Here it is, the little flowers, and I'm going to put it on a piece of paper. This is probably not going to be large enough, but I'll cut the bottom off. I got it, sweetheart. No, I got it. Okay, so now I've put it down here. I'll just cut its stem off. I just got it from the garden. I love this part. This part is wonderful. Okay. Okay. Cut this off. Make sure it's secure. Now, somebody said, oh, if you go all the way to the edge, You'll have hard edges like the young lady before me that had hard edges, you know. So here's the secret, and I would advise you to do that if you don't want the hard edges, then what you do is you don't stick the contact paper all the way to the edge. And then when I put my background on, it'll run under where you lift it up and make a soft edge. So we'll see if that happens. See if I can make that happen. I'm just cutting another shape here that I overlooked. Okay. How many in the room paint flowers? How many do landscapes? Did I ask that already? Okay, not going to ask that again. Okay, so we're almost done here. Does anybody want to ask me a question? Good. Yes, dear. Is my time up already? Oh. I have no damn idea what that's called, honey. No, bring that up here, sweetheart. Let me see. I'll find out for you. Yeah. Oh, they have to see it. Okay, I'll find out what it's called. Okay, I'll find out what it's called for you. Somebody told me about it, and I ordered it, and I haven't had a chance to use it. So I can't tell you what it is. Okay, we have our flower contact paper put down there. I have lifted a few edges, not all of them, but now I'm going to make it this dark. I'm going to assume this looks black to everybody. It looks black to everybody. I'm going to make it dark purple, okay? I'm going to make it dark purple, just for demonstration purposes, and then I'll go back to wax paper, okay? So now I'm going to make it dark purple instead of black with my favorite purple. Here we go. I'm going to lift up here just a little bit. Someone's phone's ringing. Not mine. Okay. This feels like it's 300-pound paper. It's just what I had in my bag of goodies. I think I'm going to add some blue to it to make it look even darker. And then I'm going to give it to Vanna to dry for me. Good girl, Vanna. I'm going to put some dark blue in it with it, too. I see something that happened that I think people should plan, have like 80% planning and 20% painting. Guess where my watermark is? Where should my watermark be? Should it be over here? Should it be over here, where the stem's coming up? Guess where it is? It's right over here. Guess what it says? Arches. So that's part of the 80% planning and the 20% painting. So 80% planning, I should have looked where that was, but I'm sort of nervous. Can you tell? No. Good. Okay, so let me see if this is black. Oh, this is dark blue. I'm putting some dark blue in this now. If I had just made it all black, I think it would be too flat black, and that it would detract from the flower. I say that, I just think that it would be too harsh. So I'm using blue. I'm going to tilt it so it runs. Maybe it'll go under some of these edges, maybe it won't. How many people in the room paint to music? Okay. How many people paint at night? How many people paint during the day? Okay. And how many people paint for at least 4 hours during the day? How many people stop painting at 2 hours? Why would you do that? Why would you stop painting at 2 hours? I'm sorry? Your phone? Oh my goodness, did you hear that?
Somebody said they're hungry.
They're hungry. Okay, I find that if you sit and paint more than maybe 1 or 2 hours, there you go, okay? We're going to let it go. We're going to let Vanna dry it, okay, somewhere, okay? And then once it's dry, then I'll take that off, and then we'll be able to paint our flowers, okay? Now we're going back to wax paper. Another 300-pound piece of paper. How many people use wax paper again? Not many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me, sir. Do you use wax paper? Oh, sure. Did you hear that? He's a young student. Okay. Anybody else use wax paper? Van does, and Kathy does, and that young lady does. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, again, my favorite color, purple. Going to put purple down. Have I done this already? I don't think so. Going to put purple down all the way across. And I'm just going to put wax paper over it for a technique, for a texture. How many people, by a show of hands, add texture to their paintings? Wow. I'm sorry? I can't hear because of straws. Oh, salt. Oh, I've had an ear infection, and so I can't hear, plus that's going, so salt you use, okay. That's what you use for texture, okay. All right. So I'm going to put this down here, and I'm just going to put flat wax paper on one half of it, and then I'm going to use crumbled wax paper on the other part of it. I'm sorry? Well, what I'm saying is that I think if you work longer than 2 hours, you're weary and you get tired. Like I looked at that painting that she did, the lady before me. Do you think she did that in 2 hours? I don't think so. So my advice would be work for 2 hours, take a break, eat, go for a walk, maybe ride your bike, come back and do another 2 hours. Because I teach lessons. Teresa, how long do your classes go in a day? 3 hours? Okay. I teach a 4-hour class. And I usually and I teach watercolor techniques. I don't teach them to paint a painting. But by 2 hours, we stop because they're tired. You're over creating, you get weary, you get tired, so I say stop. As a matter of fact, if I start one and in 3 hours, if you can finish it or sort of finish it, I put it in the kitchen, and then during the next day, I'll walk around and look at it. I'll put it in the living room, look at it there, put it in another room and look at it there. Then your mind is refreshed again to look at it differently. So now I'm just going to take plain wax paper like this, and I'm just going to lay it down right here on the painted paper. And already you can see funny little things happening, sort of like it looks like frost on the window during the winter. It doesn't happen here very often, but up north it happens a lot, okay? Then I'm going to take the wax paper and I'm going to wad it up like this, okay? I'm going to unwad it, okay? And then I'm going to put it down here and see what kind of difference that makes. It doesn't look too good to me. Doesn't look like it's doing very much. So we'll spread it out and see what happens. I'm sorry? Are you talking to me, Havana? Oh. Are you talking to me?
Profanity.
Oh, excuse me. She's using profanity. Started with an S. Okay, so, has anybody learned anything yet? Okay. Oh, really? Okay, good. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to take this, put that on there. I'm going to turn this around here like this. I'm going to put this over here, and we'll just, and you can use anything to put on top of it. Okay, thank you. Now, we're going to take this off. Thank you, Beth, very much. First thing we're going to take off, we have a butterfly. Okay? We have a flower. I have nubs. Hello. I'm going to say the S word. I got it, sweetheart. Okay. It really stick on here. Okay. Wow, Beth, you were right. Really hard to get off of here. Okay. But I can tell you this is a 140-pound paper, and to the gentleman that was concerned about his paper, it looks fine. Looks fine so far. Okay, so then we have a little flower. Okay, so just think. You've saved the time from not frisking or masking, okay? You've saved time by not drawing, number 2. Number 3, you've saved time, well, you've cut out, but now you're already at a second part here. Okay, we're going to try this one. And the other thing is, say you had all these 3 shapes. You could paint this. Paint's not going to get over here. Paint's not going to get over here. You're just going to be focusing on this at first. So now we're going to take this off. And we have that. And let's see, we'll take this off here. It looks like we had a little bit of leakage there. But there we have, that's really basic our drawings. That's basically our drawings. Okay? So now what Beth is going to, now I have this. She's already dried this. And of course, watercolor dries 20-25% lighter. So our darker, does this appear dark enough? I would like this darker. I think I would like it darker. So I'm going to put another layer on. I don't know. I'm going to leave it. Huh? What do you think? It's up to the artist. You're the one that gets to call the shots. So now all this comes off. Now we look at our reference photo. And then we can paint this, okay? But what I'm going to paint today, how much time do I have? 30 minutes? I'm sorry? About 30 minutes? Okay. Beth, I'm sorry? 20 minutes? Oh my God. Okay, I have to go really fast. Okay, let me show you.
This doesn't stick, so this is just
This
clear.
doesn't stick or it doesn't?
Doesn't stick.
Okay.
So this is clear content.
Okay. All right. What I asked Beth to do here for me, and I really didn't plan a painting, but what I'd asked Beth to do for me here is technically these are supposed to be birch trees in the fall up north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birch trees, okay? Odd number. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to I'm going to paint like a jet, okay? And I'm going to put in, let me see where my reference photo was, which was by phone, but I can do it without it. I can live without it. I'm just going to put, it's inside my backpack in the front zipper. My backpack. No, the purple backpack. Is it over at my seat?
I have no idea.
A flowered backpack. Is it back there behind you? Anywhere? Backpack? Okay. Is it over there somewhere? I had a reference photo on my phone. But technically what this is I didn't have to draw 5 trees. I put 5 contact strip papers down. And now I'll just go ahead and I'll put in some branches. I'll put in some dark branches. Thanks, Beth. I'll put in some branches coming across here, like this, maybe over here a little bit. Probably should have done this last. Anyway, so I'm going to do that. I think I'll do this one up here. And then all I'm going to do is go ahead in and add a lot of color, a lot of fall color. yellow leaves, yellow leaves, orange leaves, orange and red leaves. It's fall everywhere. How many people in the audience do photorealism when it comes to painting? How many do abstract? Put your hand down. That person right there needs to put their hand down. I'm looking at Diane and Susan. So, how many people do abstract? I'm sorry? Sometimes, okay. Okay, so this is going to be very brief since I only have 20 minutes, but that's okay. I'm going to try and put some purple in here too. My contact's coming off. I'm leaning. So I have to take my clothes off now. She's worried about my lace. Feels like what?
I didn't realize you didn't have any clothes on.
Beth said I just didn't realize you didn't have any clothes on. That's because I knew it was going to be 94 today. 95? Okay, so this is a combination of realism and abstract. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just trying to show you how you can integrate it with you. How many people have lived up north? So, and it's fall right now, and isn't it beautiful? How many people are from New Hampshire? Maine? Anybody from Maine? I can tell you that when I went to, did you like it up there? I did. I can tell you that when I visited there, I thought it was the most beautiful place I had ever seen, and I tried to do plein air up there, but guess what? I could never fully capture the orange of the leaves and the red of the leaves and the absolutely magnificent sky, and it was this color. Am I right? So, you know, I would plan a visit there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so. I'm sorry? Certainly.
The reason it's hard for somebody that's from down here to paint plein air up there is the light is different. Because of the angle of the sun and the sunlight, it's very much farther north, and people up there have a more difficult time painting down here because the light is hard.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing. That makes perfect sense now, but I could never figure it out. It's like these colors look really bright on my palette, but when you try to do that up there, they just never really got it. I never really got it. You know, I would recommend that if you get to take, what I would do, and I would recommend as I'm talking and painting, is take a train ride up there. Go to Sanford, put your car on the trailer or on the train, take the train up there, up north, and look around. You'll love it. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So. I'm sorry? Oh, excuse me, this gentleman just pointed out that it gets really cold in the winter. So I'm not suggesting you go out in the winter and do plein air because most of the color is white and blue. Okay, no leaves, white, black, and blue, don't you think? Yes, okay. That's what I think as well. So I'm going to continue to go on here quickly since I only have 5 minutes. This really went by fast. I'm having so much fun. Thank you, Vanna. She's quitting. She's fired. I'm firing her. Now, that's not to say that you can't finish this after. I'm just trying to add some silly leaves on here. I'm going to take this off, and we'll see. What I'm trying to do is get an impression of the branches, the tree trunks. We'll add a little bit of green over here and here and here and here and here and here. Okay, I'm going to take the contact paper off very carefully without cutting my finger off. Thank you. Here you are, Vanna. Fetch. How many have pets? How many do pet portraits? How many have been to the show? I want you to pay particular attention to an absolutely beautiful painting there of two poodles that was painted by one of our I guess she is a member of BWS, right? Of Bavard Watercolor Society. Do you see the leaves and do you see the trees? Okay, so look how simple and look how fast, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start a little bit on doing the tree trunks. I'm sorry? You're fired. You are fired. Could I have the bouncer, could he come? And this lady has answered every question. Oh, no, it's because Vanna tricked me.
Yes.
Okay, so now do we see the leaves? Okay, you've had it. I've had it with you. Okay, now, Beth, where was that? Oh, my phone. She doesn't know. Does anybody know where my phone is?
Here's your bag. Just tell me where it is.
Right there. Thank you, dear. Okay. I think I had a reference photo in here. Here's the reference photo. Please don't tell anybody I'm copying this painting, okay? I'm just using it for color purposes, and it certainly was not done this way, okay? So now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to look at it a little bit. Oh, I know one thing that I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is take some brown, and I'm going to put other branches across from it, because some of them have other branches. So I'm already going to add that. Some may go across this tree, like that. My friend Teresa taught me this. Right, Teresa? No. She's going to have me thrown out of the building. She's going to have my friend, she's going to have me thrown out of the building. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here, maybe down the bottom here. Really looking for some black is what I'm looking for. I don't see any black on here. Do you see any black on here? What's this? What's that over there? Cobalt violet. I'm looking for black. I don't have any black. Okay. Okay, so I'll just do it. I don't have any neutral tint or black. You do? Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks. Vanna found it for me. I have some neutral tint.
That's what it says.
Mm-hmm. I got it. Okay, so up here, I'm going to put, how much time do I have? 5 minutes? 10? 9. 9, I got 9. Okay, I don't see any damn blue on here, Beth. I don't see any blue on here.
Pack you.
She didn't pack. I don't think there's any, is there any paints in here?
I saw some cobalt.
Did you see some cobalt around there anywhere?
No,
What I was trying to figure out was, okay, I'll just use this. I'll just use brown. Okay, I was going to put some sky in. That's what I was going to do. I really need blue, so I can't finish this. I apologize. I need blue for the water in the background. But does everybody have the essence of what I'm doing? Trying to do, and what I'll do is now I'll go back in and I'll just add a lot of my other another round brush, big round brush. Let's see if I can. Here it is, right here. Is everybody familiar with scrubbling? No, scrubbling. Yes, yes or no? Yes or no? You miss FWS right there in the front row. Okay, so I think I'll just scrumble some yellow leaves in here to get this done. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Okay. Would anybody do this method at home? Wax paper, contact paper, or this with the use of contact paper? Thank you very much for your time. What do you need now? What?
Should I be drawing the wax paper or anything?
No. Oh, the wax paper results. Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll do that now. Up there. Take that. Watch that, Beth. What do you think? Isn't that cool? Isn't it pretty? It's really nice, isn't it? This was where we just put it down at first, and here's where we scrunched it up. But wouldn't it be beautiful if it was a window, or if it was undersea and you were doing turtles or fish or an aquarium or whatever, or organically if it was her grass, or if it was greenery, of a garden or greenery. Would you try it? Would you do it? Are you going to, you young man, are you going to share this with your other students? You don't have any students? Why not? Are you going to try this? But I think that it's something you should try. Experiment. Don't be afraid to go, excuse the pun, go out on a limb, okay? Try it every day. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're ever in Brevard County, stop by and see O Gallery, okay? There's a gallery there, O Gallery. There's also, what's the name of that other gallery? Fifth Avenue Gallery, Teresa? So there's a lovely art spot. Stop by and visit us. Good food, good eatery, and good art. Okay, thank you for listening. Thank you. Yeah. I'm sorry? Oh, stop it.